Hi everyone, welcome to this webinar for enhancing your employee experience with BizPortals 365. My name is Anil Gursani and I work with BizPortals as a solutions lead. We're going to go through a couple of slides, walk through our solution, what it really contains and so on, and then we'll go ahead and do a brief overview of the application. Okay. So if you have any questions, you can put it in the chat window. Also, if we cannot get to your questions in this webinar, we'll definitely go ahead and reply to you via email. Okay, and I hope all of you can see my screen. So with BizPortals 365, which is basically a SharePoint app. I'm sorry, I think you can see it now. Okay. So with BizPortals 365, which is basically an app built on top of SharePoint in Office 365, really it's a great way of implementing SharePoint online in your organization without the hassles of configuring, setting up SharePoint, not needing SharePoint administrators to do a lot of work there. You get a ready-to-go business intranet right on Office 365. Okay. Also, it delivers, as I said, a modern, ready-to-go solution. So in about 8 to 10 days, you can be up and running. Your organization can be getting the full benefits of an intranet solution if you deploy BizPortals 365. It also provides a one-stop shop. What that really means is that all your business tools could be integrated into BizPortals. There's a lot of functionality, business-related functionality in the intranet solution, and your employees can just come to one core solution to meet most of your business requirements. The other one is that it brings Office 365 and other applications into one, and it turns your Office 365 intranet into really a business hub. What that means is if you have payroll systems, IT help desk solutions, disparate systems that you'll use, you can really get all of those together in the intranet solution, and we'll go through that in detail. As I said, I'm the solutions lead at BizPortals Solutions, and I have about 18 plus years of experience with enterprise infrastructure, 12 plus years of experience with SharePoint and CRM, and lastly about 4 plus years with Office 365 and SharePoint Online. So I've been in this realm for quite a bit, and I can help you with any custom requirements that you have. We can definitely talk after the webinar. BizPortals Solutions is a full-service product development organization. Really, it focuses on Office 365 and SharePoint Online specifically. We are involved with not only giving you this solution, but also setting it up, onboarding your employees. We also do an extensive training for your users. If you want one-on-one user training or your power users to be trained, we could do that. We provide Office 365 and SharePoint services, including data migration. If you're coming from on-premise SharePoint, we could definitely go ahead and service you on that, get all your data migrated over to our online platform. We have deep expertise in intranet solutions, digital workplace, basically the Microsoft platform, since we are a gold certified partner. As you can see on the screen, we have extensive experience on that end. So if you do use other tools from Microsoft, we can definitely integrate all of those, including Microsoft CRM and so on. Our focus is really on Office 365 users, and really our solution is a horizontal solution, so it can work across industries, and we cater to small, medium, and enterprise level businesses. Now let's talk about a business hub on Office 365. If you have invested in Office 365 already, you're paying the monthly subscriptions, you get a set of great tools, be it Microsoft Delve or OneDrive, Yammer, Microsoft Forms, Microsoft Flow. Now, really to make sense of all of these apps, use it in a comprehensive manner. That's where BizPortals comes in. It integrates these tools, again, based on your requirements. We can integrate these tools out of the box. I think we have calendar integration built in and some approval routing integration built in, but really at a higher level, we could integrate with all of these tools into the intranet solution, right? For your employees, what does it mean? It really means that it brings simplicity, self-service for them into one tool. There's a lot of flexibility and scalability that is built in into a solution, and obviously it is highly secure based on the Microsoft Azure platform. It is highly secure, and if you have specific mobility requirements, we can accommodate those also. Okay, so with all of those, really your intranet solution, that is BizPortals 365, can become your business hub, right? And you don't need a lot of disparate systems to be used. Now, at the outer rim of this image, you see ERP, CRM, project management, HRIS. So all of these tools, if you're using some existing tools for all of these functions, we can definitely bring those in, integrate it into the intranet. Either you want display of reports, we could do that. You want a two-way integration with these business applications, that is your line of business applications, we can certainly do that also. A quick dive into what the social intranet is versus a business. Again, for your employees, a social aspect is important. They want to be able to engage with their fellow employees, work on documents, or have some sites for their departments, consume any news, alerts, announcements from the organization, have a way to communicate with their team. So all of those features are social features. We definitely have those, but we also have additional features, which is really based on core business value. So you can derive an ROI on your investment with BizPortals 365. So what we have there is project management, employee management, workflow and automation, and not only for forms, but also for documents. Then there's a line of business integration and Office 365 tools. As I said earlier, we could integrate that. So collectively, it's not only a social intranet solution, but it's also a full-scale business management tool that you can use. Four key features for employees. One is information distribution and consumption, and I'll go over this in our overview. Basically, at this level, employees, it's really easy for them to distribute information. So let's say you have a management team or IT, HR, you can distribute information to your fellow employees, and for employees to be quickly coming in and consume that. That's the core that we have built into our product. It makes it very simple and easy. We do have employee directories. You can easily get a hold of your fellow employees. There's news and announcements and a lot of other exciting features. Okay, so that's one of our features. The other is document management, because that is so key for employees in any organization to work together on documents and to be able to store it, consume it. So there's easy organization and categorization of documents. You can drag and drop a lot of documents from your desktop or other network file shares. You can drop it into our interface and share it with people. If you have certain security set up for departments, automatically you get that security flowing into the documents that are stored in your site. And then we have something called My Site. I'll show you a quick overview of that. That really makes a great, easy, consumable site really for each employee. They can go there, and that really becomes their site where they have all their tasks listed, all the documents that they have access to. So as an intranet grows, you do have a lot of sites that are created, a lot of documents that are dropped in. And to really make sense, instead of jumping from one site to the other, employees can come to their dashboard view that is called My Site and consume that information. We also have project management built into our solution. Now, again, most of the organizations, they're either service-oriented organizations, so they're servicing their customers, but they run a lot of internal projects also. So at a department level, we give you a project portfolio overview. What that really means is you get a list of all the projects. You can see it right there, a nice summary view of those, and then each of those becomes a project site, and you can get into those and execute your internal projects. Okay, so we have full-scale project management built into our solution. HR and employee management, we'll get into it in the demo, but basically there's a great site called Employee Center where HR will publish all kinds of information for their employees, and everyone can come and consume the information. And there are pretty neat features there which have a one-up on SharePoint Online, standard SharePoint Online. So we have built a very easy to use site for all employees. Okay. Workflow automation. Now, as I mentioned, we have some out-of-the-box forms in our solution, employee forms that you can use, for example, time off and others. You can route these forms through the system, and there's a great form center, so you can really get an organized view of all the forms that you have submitted in the system or the ones that are out there for your approval. You can get to those very easily. And we also have document automation there, that is routing and approvals of documents. We also have that feature in our product. So you can take it either, the marketing departments or other compliance departments. Let's say you want to flow a document for review and approval, you can easily do that through our solution. All right. BizPortals solution, really it's quick to set up, always up to date because it's an online system. It's hosted on your Office 365 tenant. So you don't need to worry about updating it. It's always updated once a quarter, and you'll get a notification about it. And it's fully branded. Once we set up this application for you, we can go ahead and brand it, working with you so that it looks just like your company website and so on. It's fully customizable. It has a responsive UI. There is a single sign-on with Office 365. So just like you would sign into Office 365 and use Word, Excel, and other tools, you can quickly log in and then launch BizPortals right from there. So you don't need a separate login. And we have, obviously, all of this is in the cloud, but we do offer on-premise installations. That is, if you have an on-premise SharePoint, you can go ahead and install BizPortals 365 on top of it. All right, so without further delay, let's just jump into our solution. We'll go through a quick overview of that. All right, so what you see here is the home page of our intranet solution, right? And the home page, what you see, there's a lot of information here. Again, this is set up for demo purposes, but essentially, you can customize the home page to your liking. You can include certain sections, hide them. You can bring in new sections, right? Change the whole look and feel of this. But this is all about information distribution. So there's a bulletin board on the right. So you could get IT, HR, facilities management alerts. So employees can quickly get a hold of this. If they click on any of these, they'll be able to read the announcement right there. So very easy to publish this, and again, since I have the right to do that, I'll just show you. It's as easy as clicking on the plus sign, and here you can quickly put out a new alert. You can decide whom you want to publish it to, what are the start and end times. Locations, if you have multi-locations, it's a global organization, you can set up the locations and publish an alert for a specific location. And you can decide if you want to send an email notification to all employees or a certain group of people here. So very easy to publish information. Going down, we have the employee directory on the left side. There's a spotlight feature where you can come in and really put out an article or a couple of points for one of your team members. It's great to boost employee morale by doing this. A lot of our customers use it for that reason. Then we have employee forms here, and I'll get to forms in a minute, but basically these are all standard employee forms that an organization would utilize, like time off and reimbursement forms, requests for purchase, also, okay, and we'll get into it. Then there is quick links. You can publish quick links for your employees, whether it be for some links which are internal to the system or ones which are external. Then there's a news and announcements. So here you can see you can publish news and announcements. Great way for your employees to be to be on the same page in terms of corporate information distribution. It's fantastic to be able to come in the morning and read something that is being listed out there as far as a corporate announcement is concerned. Then we have a calendar here, a calendar section. Now this is, there are a lot of calendars you can bring in. You can bring in your personal calendars. The real power of this is when you do fill a form like out of office, your employees are going to be out for some time. Everyone knows about it. If you have taken a time off and it has been approved, you can see that also in the calendar. So you can bring a bunch of calendars and expose it right on the home page for your employees. And then there are some other sections for, if you're following people or certain documents, a quick and easy way to access that is also listed here. We have other sections here. Again, I want to tell you that as a demo system, we have gone ahead and published all of this, but you can customize your home page really to just a handful of web paths. Not all of them necessarily, but basically you can see all your tasks, your reminders in the system, some recent documents that have come in. Okay. Moving on to another component of employee or information distribution is the Employee Center right on the top. So Employee Center, as I had mentioned, that this is maintained by HR. They could have some training videos, publish it right here so employees can quickly consume that. Within this section, they don't have to move out anywhere. You could bring in videos from YouTube, Vimeo, or if you have in-house videos that you have created, you can publish them here also. There's a news and announcements section. So if a new employee is coming in, that can be published out here. If there's a new program that has been initiated by HR, that can be published. So great for your employees to come in and get access to this information. The real plus point over SharePoint, standard SharePoint, is really our ability to publish information which is text-based just like this. So it just looks like a regular website where you can have for new employees. Let's say new employees have come in, so you want them to read certain things, maybe their benefit information, some orientation dates, any other information, what they can expect, first day of the week and first day and first week and so on. You can publish all of that in a text-based format here. Again, all of this that you see on the left side, this entire list is customizable. You can build your own list right here. Okay. All right. Moving ahead, we have other sections where you can expose some information, maybe some images, photo galleries here. And then moving down, this is where really the power of document management comes in for a solution. So you can house all your documents, and you can, as we saw in the presentation earlier, you can easily categorize your documents, and there's a way to subcategorize them also. So let's say you have plans, policies for your employees. You can publish all of them here. You can build views for your employees, so quickly they can jump to all, let's say, policy-related documents. It would show up for them, and then they can toggle back to all the documents. There's a great search feature built in. You can search within your document libraries right from here. Okay, so this is out-of-the-box view. Again, you can customize this to your liking. The second feature I want to talk about is forms management and workflow automation. So basically, there are 8 to 12, I think, out-of-the-box forms that we give you. We understand that every organization has their own list of forms, so we can work with you to publish all their forms. Once published, we can initialize those forms with workflow behind it. So for example, if I was an employee, I come here, fill out a time off request. It's a simple form. Again, all of this can be customized, but you can go ahead and fill a form here. You're taking vacation on some dates. Let's say it's going to be 2 days from now, and you're taking a vacation for the whole day. You can go ahead and submit this. It's as easy as this, you just submit your form. Now, obviously, an email notification goes to your manager. Now, your manager has a bunch of people working for him. How does he really keep track of all of this? So we give you what's called a form center. And a form center is a great organized way to look at all your forms. On the right side, you can see it's all the forms that you have submitted, who is it currently with. You can see that right here. And if you're a manager, if you click on the To Approve tab, there are forms that have been submitted for your review and approval. Right. So in this case, let me just go ahead and open up one of the forms. This is a reimbursement form. So I look at the details. I want to ask a question to my employee. I can request for comments right from here. So this takes away this whole thing of emails or sideway all conversations. You can request a comment from an employee. They'll go ahead and update that with their answers. Comes back to you. You look at the form. Everything is good. You can just go ahead and approve it right from here. So Form Center, again, is a great way of organizing all your forms, okay, keeping track of it. On the left side, if you're IT, HR, administration departments, you have a link for the saved records. You can open those. In this case, let me jump to another form, which is IT Help Desk, because you can do all your ticketing. IT Help Desk tickets can be created in the system, and IT can come here, click on the saved records, and they'll get a view like this. All the cases that have come in, a team manager can look at it, what is assigned to me, what is my team's cases, right? They can take a view of that. So it's a great, again, from the business hub point of view, you don't need a disparate system for IT help desk. You can use this as your core, and that brings a lot of value of a solution, right? Okay, so forms, I won't go into all the forms, but basically forms you've got a basic idea. Again, if you want any details, you can always get hold of us. Okay, the next one I want to jump into is document management and team collaboration. So what we give you right at the top here is an ability to create your departments, right? And you could have some sub-departments, like in the IT department, you could have some sub-sites here created. But basically with this, you can create your team sites, and we are going to specifically focus on one, which is marketing. So if you click on the marketing department site, this is what it looks like, very consistent with the employee center. Again, out of the box. So on the left side, you have a streaming video web part. You have news announcements, some quick links for department members. And then in the middle section, again, similar to Employee Center, here you have a task list. You can go ahead and create tasks for your department members, manage all the work really in this area. And then going below, you have documents. So in a site, you can create multiple document libraries. You just don't need to create one. You can have multiple. You can set workflow and approval on all of these sites individually, on all of these libraries individually. But basically, for documents, let me go ahead and show you some options that we have on documents. For example, you can obviously rename a document, check the document out because you want to modify it and bring in as a new version. So you can check it out, lock it in the system. You can give permissions. It comes with preset permissions based on your department setup, but you can go ahead and share this document with other people in the organization. And for a limited time, if you want to, you can go ahead and do that. You can pin a document to the top. Basically, if you're reading this document, you want to come back to that document at a later time, you can pin this to the top so it will be listed there. You can follow the document. That is, basically, it will be tagged as one of your favorite documents, and you can see it right from the home page. You can go ahead and see all the recent activities, look at all the versions, right? The workflow history comes in. Because from here, you can start the workflow for a document. So you want to send this document for review and then subsequently for approval. You can do that. All of that is set up in the document library. So what that means is you could have serial workflow or parallel workflow set up in the system, right? So if you want two people to look at it at the same time, review it, and then move the document ahead, you can do that by setting up a parallel workflow. If you just want a sequential workflow, So that is, it goes to person A and then it goes to person B. You can set all of those things up here. We also have e-signature integration. So you can go ahead and sign these documents with DocuSign. That is out-of-the-box integration, but if you do use other products like Adobe eSign and others, we can definitely accommodate those also. Okay. So you have had a view now of the department site. Within these sites, you can execute projects. So there's a link for projects here. So if you click on projects, basically it gives you an overview of all the projects that are set up for the marketing department, 5 of them. You can go ahead and click on any one of those and get into a project site. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this. So basically with project management, you could execute department level projects, or you can also go ahead and execute cross-functional, that is cross-department projects by using project site. So similar functionality. So let's go ahead and see a project site here. It's getting loaded up. Here you see a project summary view right on the top. It gives you a great summary of the project, some news announcements here, discussions on the right side. So you can get into discussions with your project team members. And again, instead of emails back and forth, you can use this section here. Then in the middle, again, you have a task management. We give you about 4 to 5 lists out of the box, but you can go ahead and customize these. But basically, you can do your entire project task management right from this list. There are a couple of interesting views of this task list, so graphical view that you can see, broken by status, priority of tasks. It's a timeline view also that we provide on the task list. Okay. And if you scroll down, then you have a document library for your project site. So all your documents are neatly set up, organized by either a department or by a project. You have separate document libraries shared with different people. So you can execute your projects in this manner. All right. The last thing that I want to show you in this webinar is My Site. My Site, as I said, is a dashboard view for all your users. A great way for employees to come in, look at all of their tasks here. They can look at all of their documents that they have in the system, the ones that they have access to, the ones that they are following. All the documents will show up. It gives you a great summary view of these. You can preview certain documents right from here and consume that, or you can open that document up. Okay. So in short, this application enhances your employee experience, definitely making it easy for your employees to use this application. You can get going with an intranet like this, again, as I said, in about 8 to 10 days. So we help you with the onboarding. Our pricing is based on the number of users that you have in your organization. It goes down with larger number of user base. So if you're interested in seeing a custom demo, if you do want to talk to us, definitely you can get hold of us by contacting us at sales@bizportals.com, or you can go ahead and directly reply to this invite. If you have any other questions, we can certainly take those and we'll work with you. Okay. Thanks a lot, guys. Thank you for your time, and hope to see all of you contacting us very soon. Thank you.